It's never true. We have intellectuals in our group, so we don't believe what they are saying.
Speaking against the motion.
The motion.
Other way, someone speaking for the motion.
I just want to hear from them. I want to see from their point of views.
Actually, we are really prepared.
You are so.
From the beginning.
Show them how that indeed their position on the matter is one that should be accepted. So for us, we are.
But the good attitude never approach you.
All right, from your
YouTube page CMTV Ghana, and we have a lot of content.
For the motion, as parents normally knows the right choice suitable for their children. Hence, if I should emphasize on it, then it's rather a responsibility than a right to choose the life partner for their children. This is because they have enough experience in the leap and bounds of life. So there is nothing wrong in taking this as a responsibility for the benefit of their children. In the year 2018, somewhere in January, the late Evan, may her soul rest in peace, released a song entitled Ma Michelle. The chair, may I be given the privilege to quote a statement she made in a hit song, Ma Michelle. He told me he was a banker, no, a bank robber. This man is a gangster, Bukom Banku Boxer. You used to warn me, but I didn't want to know. The chair, this made me to raise the second point, that parents opposes marriage because they don't want their children to suffer. Every parent will look for a good match and expect that basically the son-in-law or the daughter-in-law is from a good home. You understand? Okay, so, and also the family should have what? A sufficient job. According to the Civil Registration and Ghana Statistical Service, the current divorce rate is over 4,000 every year. Statistically, this is not something to write home about if the Ghanaian population is anything to go by. There is a saying in Akan language that Openina Obianye now fast Obiara. So as far as the sexual marriage is concerned, then the opposition of parents in marriage is also concerned. The chair, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, fellow students, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't want to bore you with long talk, so I would end my debate here. And I hope I have massively convinced you, so you wouldn't wait for my opponent to throw that into.
Hello. Hi. Yes, we all heard the main speaker for the first group, how she was defending the motion that is given on the floor. So we now listen attentively to the second group for what they have for it. Whether they are going to support what the first or the main one the speaker has said, or they are going to say something against what the main speaker has given to us. So the floor is open right now for the second group.
go bound.
The sun is yellow and the sky is blue. God is a beneficiary of Mount Habitat Development Center. Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, implementers, beneficiaries, coordinators, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in the person of Akana, a proud beneficiary of the Mount Habitat Development Center and a second-year student of Papamai Senior High School. I deem it a singular honor to be given this privilege to be the principal speaker for this august occasion. I'm thankful to the organizers for their feverish preparations that have made this momentous occasion a reality. It will therefore be the step in the right direction for me to speak vehemently against the motion. The motion before the House is, quote and unquote, parents have the right to oppose their children's marriage partners. I'm absolutely against the motion before this august House, and I have no doubt that by the time I finish with my already defeated, feeble and vulnerable opponent, they would have no other choice than to succumb to our position on the motion before the House. Before I progress, let's check the spirit of some salient words in the motion. From the encyclopedia, a parent is a person's father or mother, and marriage is a formal union, social and legal contract between two individuals that unites their lives legally, economically, and emotionally. It is very true without an iota of doubt that parents know what is best for their children, and several reasons have been attributed to this excellence. What about the interest of the child? This is a food for thought to my opponent. Mr. Chairman, for the purpose of the fulfillment of God's vision for mankind as seen in Genesis chapter 2, verse 24, marriage is very important. Without marriage, there cannot be families, and without a family, we cannot have life, since it is the marriage that should bear families according to Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. Mr. Chairman, undoubtedly, our parents play very essential roles throughout our lives as we age through the various transitions. However, the decision to be made with respect to marriage solely lies in the discretion of the two mutually who come together to be husband and wife, into agreement to spend their lives together. Our parents, who we cherish so much, indeed have the responsibility to be our first counselors in all things, including choice of partners. I do not need to tell my already losing opponent that their position on the motion before this House is nothing but an incredible irony. Responsibility now, right? Oh no. My opponent, please kindly tell the chair and this august House the scope of the mother and father within any universally accepted definition of marriage. This honorable House readily agree with me that the great effort of public organizers. Again, Mr. Chairman, one cannot overlook the polite and inhuman experiences that some young ladies have gone through living with men whom their parents have selected for them. What a tragedy. Some end up as slaves to their so-called husbands. In most cases, some parents give their daughters out with the explanation of material and monetary gains. My already defeated opponent, marriage is meant to be enjoyed, not endured. The couple will not be happy with each other if their parents act their own choices. Mr. Chairman, marriage is meant to be a lifetime experience where the two shall become one and live together. It is important to note that it is the husband and wife that shall live under the same roof and do everything together, and not the parent that shall live with either the husband to be or the wife to be. Does anybody know your shoe size better than you? Never. What we, the young ones, are expecting from our dependable parents is telling us to be submissive to our husbands and love our wives when we find out our better half, and not outright rejection of our beloved that we are so much in love with. Mr. Chairman, parents who love their children will put their interest and happiness above theirs. A school of thought said, and I quote, "It's the child's own right and his or her own decision to have his or her own choice." My opponent's argument is full of fallacies, so I think parents is their responsibility to counsel their children on their marital decisions rather than choosing or opposing them. Though parents entangle themselves with laborious tasks of nurturing children from the tender age to manhood, but it doesn't necessarily mean parents have the right to oppose or choose the marriage partner for their children. What is needed, my dear parents, is your love and your support, and which will make you proud in our journey of life. Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, active timekeeper, implementers, beneficiaries, coordinators, ladies and gentlemen. In surrounding all my arguments, I call on all parents, guardians, and even family heads to put their child's happiness and choice ahead of their expectations. Without an iota of doubt, with the arguments that my colleagues and I have advanced, concrete biblical and constitutional evidence coupled with practical instances, I'm of the greatest conviction, and I hope that the House has come to agree with me on our position before the House, and I hope you will judge me in favor. Thank you. Thank you.
In fact, I just want to say something, and I'm ready to say it after I have listened attentively, patiently from the two speakers. In fact, I have become speechless. I'm saying this because of how both the speakers were able to rattle over the English language here for all of us to listen. That is the reason for me to say from the very onset that you seated there are not just here to listen to what they are going to say, but to take certain clues from what they are going to present to you. Really, they have presented something that is above your levels, I may say. It's true. But whether you like it or not, finally, we shall get to know where we have to go to. Whether we go to A or B, it is the final stage that will determine who carries the day. Once again, I'm saying that the speaker who spoke first for the motion mentioned certain things that has convinced me very, 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 very much. Then on the other hand, the second speaker, who also came and then spoke against the motion, has made me speechless. The battle has not come to an end. The battle is still the loss. So we all put our heads together so that we go to where to go and get to know the one who carries the day. But for now, this is the time for the two groups to come together and then defend all that they have said. So we give the floor once again to the first group. No, this time we move to the second group first. Yes. So that we hear something from them. So the first group, you just relax. Yes, you just relax and then listen attentively so that you can also jump into what they have presented to the House. Just make your submissions from it. Thank you very much.
Akantara one.
The supportive speaker from the second group.
Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, co-debaters, accurate timekeeper, members of staff, beneficiaries, ladies and gentlemen. I am the person of Monokwani Jiti, a proud beneficiary of Mantkari Child Welfare Center, and second year of second-year student of Accra Academy Senior High. I'm highly pleased to be given this opportunity to be the supporting speaker for the motion. Parents have the right to oppose their children's choice of marriage partner and are against the motion before the guest house. Mr. Chairman, I would like to emphasize the following points to support my arguments. Mr. Chairman, when parents oppose their children's choice of partner, they try to destroy it by their unthinking behavior. Parents feel their interference can make your relationship happy and trouble-free. They have their experience to guide, so they feel to do so. But in reality, their interference actually aggravates mal-defense you have with your partner into a normal confrontation between the couples. Mr. Chairman, ethnicity and cultural differences among parents. A common cause among our parents about other ethnic groups in our country must come to a stop. I quote, "I will never allow my son or daughter to marry from has ever tried with community." I quote, "I will not allow my son or daughter to marry from an Ashanti, just to mention a few. Moreover, it's a modern word. Hence, why should an innocent man or woman be victimized for something parents have to oppose their children's partner is not one that the parent should support." Mr. Chairman, disappointment and high rate of divorce resulting from lack of love in marriage. Love is important in marriage because it ensures stability and sustainability for marriage. And when parents force their children into a marriage, it prevents divorce. But in most cases, parents may force a child to get married to a partner which he or she does not like, because such couples may have no love for each other. Then, love is also an important factor in marriage. Divorce may occur when there is lack of commitment, lack of understanding in the relationship. Hence, divorce can fall under the umbrella of no longer being in love. Mr. Chairman, devastation leading to mental problems. Romeo and Juliet may be a fiction, but hundreds and thousands of young women and men become victims of such devastating experience. How many more of our youth will poison themselves, hang themselves, and take to drugs because their parents won't approve of their choice of marriage partner? Parents of today forcing their children to get married to someone he or she does not desire or interested in. And hence, it ends up creating challenges and problems which has led to some of these victims losing their lives and in some cases get serious psychological and mental problems. Therefore, I will entreat parents that opposing their children's marriage choice of partner does not create a sense of belongingness. Mr. Chairman, with the undisputable point stated, I have no doubt that I have succeeded in convincing you and that you will join me in my vote. Thank you.
Give a round of applause once again. The other group, and then listen to what they have for us. Whether they still stand on their feet, saying that parents they have to go into the decisions of their wards when they want to choose, or even when they are ready to choose their better house, if you like, their marriage partners. So let's hear from you right now. Thank you.
My first opponent just said that there's no doubt that parents want good choice for their children. Then why then do you have a problem when the person who knows good for you chooses your partner. I know you won't answer because in fact you have no reason. My second opponent didn't know what to say because they chose to believe in a lie. During marriage ceremony, they asked the congregation whether anyone opposes the marriage. How much more parents? The chairperson, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, Braudi, and I'm the second supporting speaker for the motion before the House. Parents have the right to oppose their children's marriage partner. The chair is a big yes. My colleague, the first speaker, has already explained the key words, so I would like to continue from there in order to save time. My first point to support our stand is most often love originates from the physical attractions. When it comes with realities, everything will change. And your father, so that you may live a long life in the land that I am giving you. Sometimes children are blinded by love and they just see what they want to see about their partner. They don't know what their parents see. Mostly when children go contrary to their parents' words, they end up suffering in that relationship. My second point is children are not their own. They are the inheritance of the Lord. The Lord has given them to parents as an inheritance. A child, therefore, may no more marry for himself without the consent of parents than alienate his parents' goods for himself. Parents may have reasons why they oppose the partner. Such reasons will include partner being abusive, partner isn't working, or past history of the partner being a womanizer. This may contribute to their opposure to your choice of partner. Mr. Chairman, in most cases, parents never force their children to get married to the person of their choice. They respect their children's decision to accept or reject the proposals. In the event of their children having their own choice, then also the parents have the right to judge whether their choice is for good or they foresee some danger in the relationship. If the choice of the children are acceptable to their parents, they will be the first one to be happy and give their consent for marriage. Children should understand that their parents will always want them to live happy in life and will not do any sad things in vested interest. Exceptions are always there. The chair, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, invited guests, fellow colleagues, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I hope you were convinced enough with the massive point raised by my teammates and I. My opponent's arguments are untenable. They don't hold water and are calculated to throw dust into your eyes.
Very much supporting speaker now, to the audience, the floor is widely open for you to listen something from you. We just want to hear your voices on the emotion and how the speakers have elaborated on them, so that finally we involve what you have told us, what you have presented to us, what you have added to the presentations of the whole thing, so that you look at the final judgment. Thank you. So the floor is now open widely for the audience to tell us something. Thank you. They want to talk.
Hey, somebody go for more.
Okay, I want to ask them that we've heard in many places that people will be madly in love, but within a twinkle of an eye, they will just end up being divorced and sometimes break up. And when that problem comes, it will all come and lie on our parents. So should we really base on love when we are trying to choose our partner? That's what I want to say.
That is the question she has put across. That is the question she has put across. Will someone, whether from the groups or from the audience, give an accurate answer to this question? Will someone?
We thank God, and also I'm so amazed of the way they were just releasing the telephone. It's I was even surprised because some of them you'll be thinking that maybe they cannot give whatever is being rated out, and my mom cannot choose my partner for me, so that is my side. My mom or my parents cannot choose my partner for me because one, I'm the one going to live with that partner. It is not you. You are supposed to counsel me, give me advice, even before meeting that person. So that is.
And I'm quite excited, very surprised, listening to these two groups, bringing out their views on the motion. Parents have the right to oppose their children to choosing their partner. Indeed, parents, they give birth to us. They know what is good for us. So, to my opinion, I believe it is their right. It is not arranged marriage. They are helping us. So if my parents help me in choosing my partner, I don't see anything wrong with it. So I believe they have their rights, and it's their responsibility.
And no, Kachi. And this is more of you.
Yes. That's right. So far, if I should give a comment on both sides, I would really say they are much impressive, so they should keep it up. But I heard my brother judging. If I should say yes, he judged, and I don't know whether it's a suggestion.
Oh, madam,
we are not judging. So if we are not judging.
Madam, who chooses her? So
you don't judge. So
it's not judging.
It's a judgment. So what I want to say, I'd like to make hold it here so that so I'd like to hold it here. If any opportunity comes, then I'll also give my concrete comment so that you see what is on the floor. Thank you very much. Every person say you're sorry, you won't pay for one. You bet me you are what you mean. Come to my friend, you may be sending me, if you are sent, who needs you out, not me. If you are better than you, it will be better. Hello, I will pay for it. Bet me, I bet my can use your persuading, all Bannerman, and that's all prayer. Seriously, if it's the kind of person I can say, program a nice program. Let's champagne for the same. A bay year, and organizing the same thing. If you are saying, and debate, a peace, I get it. Send a day of rabbit nation. Topic created by a nice topic because you member with Brena, they worry. It's a bit mentioned. I get it. I have another mamma and that's all for a she be busy. Yes, yes, Christopher. Let's not play funny. Almost no one makes me a match.
I think that's very controversial but very important as well. And my final contestants, I think let us pay much more attention in reality to the things that she says. The question borders around what exactly, for what reasons the parents say, and she was very clear, unequivocal, very simple about the reasons. And then, of course, they are not perfect. It could be financial barrier, it could be ethnicity, it could be religious barriers. But for what reasons? When we have all known or become Christians, and indeed love is the greatest. If you have love, why are you not ready to forgive? Some time ago, some events, they are so troublesome, that's what people say. And so for that matter, none of my children is going to marry from the ever child. For what reasons? They should come out and tell us the reason why you marry someone. Now, if you are rejecting them, who should marry them? Are you not Christians? Sometimes I have personal it's not marriage, but I have come across some experiences with rejection, and if you happen to be the victim, you won't like it. What reasons? He's not handsome. The mother is not a good person. You should be ready as a Christian to be an agent of change in that person's life. So if you have about 200 people in your community, and you are saying 150 of them are not good, are you not going to marry? And what should happen to them? They should get married. You claim you're a Christian. This is an example of rejection. Nothing more than rejection. That is my view anyway. But let us continue to ponder on this issue. That your parents know the best, but God knows better.
Suppose there is disagree, not parent choosing spouse for their partner. If you have a partner and your parents decided that, oh, I disagree to it, and these people are for, and these people are against it, that you cannot disagree to whoever I've chosen. So please, let's get the content and know how to bring about our questions. Thank you.
Bringing out that you want to bring you people up or bring you to become in future. So the money factor is not something that we have to depend on in choosing partners. So we remember, of course, we are saying that we are making an argument or advancing an argument on what God says about mankind and not what mankind says about mankind. Let us take that into consideration. You never know. One of these days, let me say racism will come to Ghana, where the elder man's friend will never be the Ashanti man's friend. Where the elder man will never marry the Ashanti man. If you continue to believe in these things, that happens sometimes. Some innocent people lose the love of their life simply because 50 years ago there was an argument between a certain Everman, one Everman who is dead and gone. Let us think about this. Thank you. Thank you.
What kind of generation is this? A DMA generation. What generation is this one?
Sometimes, parents, and next come one a young show. So, would do be a one. Like, when a bunny now, oh, wanted to say, like, or your God is be an answer, your God. Now, so one say, parents no more on way. Sometimes, or bear money approach you, or the good attitude never approach you. But immediately, I wasn't ever feeling. All now, my baby catch us, say, I could see an armor. Or bear my way out, do not be fear. On for one could see the even though they on show on the backside in show. So, also, we are affording now, go contrary to the Omami Becana. Who says that Muslims are relationships and for you? Because most of the people say, oh, man, okay, I'm poor. Say, oh, buy your like, we move the sheep's way and a buy. Now, to me, quiet, stand annoyed or you. Sanity, so would you be like, they want joy in now, and a Muslim so, who said, Nipa bring now only, you're going to say, on the past day. Or wouldn't say, then, now so, because they're on saying of Johnny. The old mommy keep the almost and because the only in his country, like, on our share abusive side now, like, on abuse, no, abuse, or because, me, mammy, only say, only in his country. 80 on best of bed, or bear 80 sometimes, parents, no, and I know people, anyone of us, neighbor.
What do you consult that?
Order. And our parents just one more say, will be the fear on Tabaka, oh, I'm a mammy and as a drama for sure, Banu, who knew anything to say, don't be near the cry and mobile. Like a disgrace because would they just imagine said there, maybe I can so I show back what you invested. Now they were real, they are hard from Pusha. How would you feel? Like education investment, one Banu class. Like it's also expected to Obama to any class being a baby, like even though they are more religion in them, sometimes so religions need to be one man, a young behavior, mean cast only now. But who won't say, try to do all of my son on behavior. So even though a young boy in a behavior, whom I'm not interested, who call into that relationship, there is no way said, why now for everyone in your happiness, that was our relationship. It's mostly no parents and yes can share. And now the woman make a Kenya now one part and it's now one man because of who into marriage not a comfort do I want to go say or does not thank Mrs. Latampo said, or say, Mamma, when they move this car. It's in Campbell, besides, I said, in any canoe to our over finding because of my now, or my pressure, so all money discount on Shaneba, going to school. Into the world, I said, and then I'm a former Pesca, and you've been a Pesca. Into the world, I said, one of the baby money said, and our woman is car. And your man over farm, no crony most, and your mamma, if you are a woman, if you are a point. It's a new one, you want to look at it, and then I'm a former Pesca. I don't know how many minutes of water. So who now said Danny Shishi, and I said, like, woman, me a true man, that's also now who call our raining, I said, or for your yakaya, and I said, and Tawantawa be bound, Jama, as I said, when so mammy, who may sit down, I call my baby, count power. Say count power near and yet quite now. And for my mention.
What's up, I go. You're winning on the say. You could be in that yatra. I've been paying. Na se wotie nsɛm a yɛakeka nyinaa ne nyinaa kɔgyina wɔ ade baako pɛ so nea yɛkeka nyinaa nea yɛnwene nyinaa nea yɛsusu de na yɛyi bi fi mu na yɛde bi ɛkeka wo nyinaa kɔwie wɔ ɔkwan a yɛbɛfa so a yɛbɛnya yɛn ahokafoɔ na nea ɛwɔ nyinaa ne sɛ sisibre ne deɛ nanka yɛn awofoɔ na wɔware ma nwɔ barima no nanka yɛn awofoɔ na wɔde wɔn ani to fam na wɔahwɛ ɔbea bi na sɛ ɔbea no nso so wɔhwɛ no nso a wɔhwɛ no bɛkyɛ paa yie na nea wɔde hwɛ sɛ ɔbea no wɔ no ho nyinaa yɛ ne kasa n'adegu ogu ɛwɔ fie ne abɔnten sɛnea osi yɛ n'adeɛ fa ɛwɔ fie ne abɔnten sɛ ɛtɔ da bi kura mpa wɔhwɛ ahwɛ n'ahotew sɛm de wie a nea mɛka ne sɛ ne su ne ne ban bi a sɛ ɔbea no na ɔwɔ mu sɛ wɔn saa nneɛma nyinaa wie a ansa na afei no wɔawura saa fie hɔ nom na wɔpɛ sɛ wɔkɔware ɔbea fi hɔ ma wɔ babarima no na wɔn akɔ akɔbisa sɛ ɔbea no ase nansa na mpo no wɔsoma nnipa bi ba wɔkɔyɛ nhwehwɛmu wɔ fie n'ankasa mu ara gyeye na afei no wɔn abisabisa wɔn abusuabɔ mu nsɛm ne ade nyinaa ansa na sɛ kwan bɛba sɛ wɔn kɔbisa sɛ ɔbea ko no ase ma wɔn babarima no a wɔn atu saa na mɔn no nanso ɛnɛ de ɛdɛm na yɛhu nea yɛhu nyinaa ne sɛ nipa bi na ɛka wɔn asɛm bi yɛn mpɔnkɔ ɛpɛ ntɛm na obi kura mpo tumi kɛse mbe ne saa nipa si mɛsi na esi so hwɛ sɛ ɔno aware na mɛda so te hɔ na mpo obi biara kura mpo mba mɛsɛ mɛpɛ da yes the beautiful ones are not yet born. Na kyerɛ sɛ yɛatɔ yɛn boase a biribi papa bi wɔ hɔ ma yɛn hallelujah na mmom sɛ yɛpɛpere yɛn ho a yɛbɛkɔ akɔfa ne yɛyɛ mpɛn ɛfiri sɛ mpanyinfo ka se ɛnyɛ hyerɛnhyerɛ nyinaa na ɛyɛ dɛn ɛna ɛyɛ sika ɛnyɛ hyerɛnhyerɛ nyinaa na ɛyɛ sika o sɛ ɛtɔ da bi a yɛn awofoɔ ewu bi ofura sika na ɔda ne kaa mu a na opiapia ne ba abaayewa sɛ tafa akyɛ o fa ho ma no so wahu fa nwoma no na ɔno nna na sɛ ɔka biribi antie na yere ho a na ka no so na mpo sɛ ɛtɔ da bi koraa mpo a wɔbɛka kyerɛ wa sɛ gya wo ho ma no ma de nhyɛ wo nyam nyɛ hyɛnhyɛn na ɛyɛ sika o na sɛ ɔhyɛ wo nyam wie na sɛ ɔkora adako sɛ bi a mekɔnkran aba na sɛ wama bio wɔ a ne nsɛm no afei na wode kɔma wo maame a na sɛ wode kɔma wo papa wo maame a na ɔka sɛ fa ho kɔma no na sɛ ɔbarima no kɔgya wɔ a ɛkɔ na wobɛhu sɛ yɛtɔ nkranɔkono a yɛde mɛbɔ ka wo maame no bɛyɛ biribi kakraa ɛbɛsɔ w'ani na mmom no ɛbɛdu baabi no asetɔ no wobɛtra no wɔ ho ɛbɛkyɛ nsɛnea na wadu dɛn mako adi agu w'ani enti me deɛ nea meka kyerɛ nyinaa ne sɛ yɛnya nwura a saa ware akɔtumi no yɛ no moma yɛntɔ yɛ mmoase na bere papa bi ɛwɔ anim ɛho nsunsuanso de ato gua meda mo nyinaa sɛ sɛ mayɔ masiko na moatie me hello hello yes all too soon we have come to a wonderful competition that was involved the two groups of the motion should parents come into the decisions of their wards when they are choosing their marriage partners. Then, the judges you see here, they sat down here and put our heads together and then considered many areas. Some of these are organization and then clarification. That is how the person enters into the flow, organizes himself or herself, then clarify the points that he has for the opponent. That is one. Then we also considered argument. Whether you like it or not, debate is more or less an argumentative essay, or if you like, argumentative issue. So we also look at use of argument. Then 3, use of cross-examination. Now, when we took pace, got 323 points. Finally, had 323 points. Group 2, when we put all things together, based on what I've just read to your hearing, they had 351 points. But to group 1, do not lose confidence in the outcome of the results. Next time you may carry out the day. So without nothing more to say, I say ayepo to each and everyone here. And then to my co-judges, I say ayepo to you. Then the audience as well, we thank you very much for coming to witness this wonderful competition.
Invite the chairman for the occasion to start presenting the awards to present to the first person of the team. No, sorry, not the winning team, the runner-up. So the first person, Naomi, come for your gifts. Let's give her a round of applause. I don't know whether I should tell you what